All right, thanks everybody for tuning in to NASCAR Live Chat with Hamm. And today we got Beer Man back with us, but he's back in the green room working on a few things. But hope y'all like my shirt. It's one that my son Tyler got while he was in Darlington last weekend before last. So I'm in the WAME Randy Marion studio here, 92.9 and 550. This is where we broadcast the radio station here in Statesville, North Carolina. And if you don't know me, I'm David Hamm, 25-year NASCAR engine builder, retired 3.5 months ago, and owner of Hammscapes Landscaping Equipment and repair business. And I also do part of the WAME Chillbillies. And what else I do? I was a 5-year dealership technician, 7-year jackman for NASCAR. So I'm here to talk about NASCAR, and I got my friends tuned in, and I can't see it again onto my computer, but I'm going to be able to watch from my phone and answer any questions that you have. And we're going to talk about the big Vodka 400 Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series race that happened yesterday at the Brickyard Raceway and September 8th at 2 p.m. yesterday. I want to do a quick shout out to D'Lo Mosley. Hopefully she's feeling better now after having surgery, and hope all is well with that. And I see we got some of our friends tuned in now. We got Rachel and Michael and Brad, and good to see you guys, and Tom Robinson and Paul Rodriguez down in Florida. And like I said, we'll have Beer Man in here. We're going to talk to him a little bit about his escapades, or whatever you call it, down in Florida with his boat, and how he got in the boat and headed south to avoid that Hurricane Dorian. And also make sure we say prayers for the victims of Hurricane Dorian, because they're still and the people down in the Bahamas that are digging out, and they finding bodies every day. It's a sad deal. You know, they keep finding. I think they were up to like 40 last I heard. It started out with 7, but I think as they find more people, of course, that count goes up. So I'll go over the top 10 right quick. We had Kevin Harvick. This is from the Big Machine Vodka 400 in Indianapolis. Kevin Harvick was the winner, of course. And then we had Joey Logano, Bubba Wallace, Darrell Wallace Jr. finishing 3rd, which is a very impressive run for him. And then we had William Byron, Clint Boyer, Denny Hamlin in 6th, Ryan Blaney in 7th, Ryan Newman, Chase Elliott, and Paul Menard rounding out the top 10. That was 6 Fords, 3 Chevys, and 1 Toyota. And I guess it's safe to say the Fords dominated that race. What do you think, Beer Man?
Oh, yeah, baby.
There was a big Ford dominating race right there.
All right.
Yeah, Beer Man's back from Florida. You can talk about your Florida trip.
Oh,
yeah. Awesome to have you back.
Yeah. Got
back
me
with us.
Statesville.
Look,
yeah. You're pretty good.
Yeah, I've been spending a lot of time outside. And
that's
plus, we
right.
were down there, and we were down a little bit further south of you.
Yeah.
In St. Martin.
Yeah. He's on the front edge of that old hurricane.
Yeah.
Down there, St. Martin. Neat.
Yeah, if you hadn't seen my video, it's on here, and I'll put the link in it right here. And but you can go watch that, and it's been pretty cool.
That's cool.
Yeah, was it? You know, you got to see it?
Yes,
video where we're standing out on the beach, and you can see all the. It looked like, and I told Tracy, I looked right over there is that storm. It's headed right at us, and sure enough, as soon as we got off the beach, it just all hell broke loose.
That's a world famous beach there. Mm-hmm. Did you? I haven't asked you. Did you get down there when the planes take off?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yes, I got a lot of video.
That's pretty scary.
Of the planes taking off and the planes landing right over our heads. Yes, it was. No, that's pretty scary. They come in low. I mean, you're in the water, and so if something happened, oh well, what a way to go, I guess. So, and then you can stand behind the runway when they're taking off.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
And you get sandblasted.
Yeah.
But there's only, and I looked it up to make sure it was safe.
That's not good for your GoPro.
But there's only, and I was aware, like I was holding it and I was thinking it's going to get sandblasted, but I was standing we're behind a wall where I could drop it down. It didn't mess it up, but I've heard there's one fatality. There's a 57-year-old lady was standing on a wall and got blown off and then like hit her head on a rock or something. So that's, but somebody else had told me they were down there the day before and they got sandblasted. So I didn't stand right behind it. I stood, there's a red line on the guardrail, and I stood just to the side of the red line. I figured that red line's there for a reason. Yeah.
St. Martin.
Yep, St. Martin.
St. Martin.
St. Martin. Yep, because we went over to the, Yeah, we only went over to the French side when the airport was around that
Did
way.
you learn merci beaucoup?
No, but I said good day, mate.
Good day, mate. No, merci beaucoup. You know what
Uh,
merci beaucoup means?
no, I don't know what beaucoup means. I know what
Merci beaucoup is thank you very much.
Please, or
Thank you very much.
okay.
Merci beaucoup.
I should have told that to the guys that dropped us off.
Yeah, merci beaucoup.
Dropped us back off at the ferry all over at St. Bart's.
Yeah.
Those French drivers and those little cars, and we rented a car, and I'm driving. I got video. I'm sitting there videoing with my phone while I'm driving, and then there's people like all over my tail. And at one point, everybody in the car was nervous. There was 4 of us. And they were like, "Slow down, slow down," because I was like hammered down to get, going down through the hills.
On the left side of the road, no doubt.
Right? Actually, it was on the right
side.
Right.
Okay.
I was surprised.
Yeah.
I was
some of them islands you got
glad it wasn't on the left side of the road, but
Yeah. If your man don't be drinking on the left side of the road, it's hard. You really got to focus. They say your ass to the grass, right, honey? Yeah.
Man, yeah, it was
your ass to the grass.
Balls to the walls.
No, that means your ass to the grass when you're driving the car on the left side of the road.
Oh, ass to the grass.
Ass to the grass.
Oh, okay. Well, what if your ass is on this side?
No, most of the cars are on the other side. Let's get back to NASCAR.
Yeah.
That's what we're here for, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, how about that racing, man? That was some ultimate racing, man. I mean, that was one of the best Brickyard 400s, I say. I don't know about you guys, man, but it was really, really exciting. Even the Xfinity race on Saturday was exciting.
Yeah.
Give us your rundown. You got your rundown?
Yeah, I just did the rundown already. So we did Kevin Harvick won the race, of course, and then rounding out the top 10 was Paul Menard, and I said it was 6 Fords, 3 Chevys, and 1 Toyota. So it was definitely a Ford strength. But we got Joey Logano won stage 1, Kevin Harvick won stage 2, and Kevin Harvick, of course, won the final stage.
And the 11 car was running up there back and forth.
Yeah, so I guess we can get into the run lap by lap and see what happened there. So beginning of the race on the playoff bubble, it was Boyer, Newman, Suarez, and Johnson.
That's right.
I think most of you know how that turned out by now. Right. And I kind of got my prediction right, and I've been predicting all year that Johnson was probably not going to make it. And so,
but he was going for it.
He was going for it.
He was going for it, man. You can't, and now you can focus on next year. He can take the next 10 races and focus on next year. So that was good. But he was going.
Yep. So Kevin Harvick's on the pole, led the first lap. Lap 10, caution for Suarez had smoke coming out of the back after hitting the wall. Lap at 20, Johnson in 18th after making 2 pit stops under caution.
Well, hold on. Let's back up because that pit stop action there, that was where the word Indianapolis and bizarre are together. Oh, yeah. Because that was really bizarre, that whole pit sequence. When they all came in there and Bubba Wallace and they all got jacked up. And that basically ended Martin Truex's day and Chase Elliott. They went a couple laps down. And they were able to, So that's where bizarre and Indy comes in because you can't go to there's something about it. It's almost kind of like the Indian burial ground at Talladega. Yeah. There's just something crazy that always happens at Indy, and that was that. But then, as we go on, it was really bizarre. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's just
what would Daniel Suarez say about that?
That's amazing. That was amazing. But the crew chief Billy Scott, I think it was Billy Scott, said don't give up, and he focused, and he was coming, man. He was coming, right? Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Oh, that's fine. All right, so caution for Landon Castle on lap 41, who hit the wall so hard it messed up the roof. What do you think about that hard hit, Beer Man?
Dude, that Landon Castle hit that. He still feels it. You can't tell me he doesn't feel that.
Probably, yeah.
That was one of the hardest hits I've seen in a long time, man. He got down in there. Whoop, whoop.
Was it harder than when Kyle hit the wall in
I don't know.
1996?
Well, don't work safe for barriers back.
We were there, right? Exactly.
So when after Landon Castle hit the wall really, really, really hard, what was the next word to come?
Oh crap!
No.
Oh, green.
No. Eric Jones said, "Hey man, you think that was badass? Hold my beer. Watch this."
Oh, I don't know about it.
Keep going.
Eric Jones hit it. All right, cool. All right, so the race off pit road after that caution was the 48, 42, 4, 12, 2. And then Johnson did not have a good restart. So there was a hard crash between Brad Keselowski and Eric Jones.
What happened there?
Both cars destroyed, and Keselowski is in the tire barrier.
Brad and Eric said, "Hold my beer, Landon Castle." We got this covered. Yeah. I mean, dude, I don't know if you saw Eric Jones's car, man, but
I didn't see his car.
Dude, it was all the way back there. It was the window.
Oh yeah.
if that thing didn't catch on fire, man, dude, I don't know what saved his butt because back 15 years ago, 20 years ago, that car would have caught on fire and he'd have been a marshmallow. He couldn't have got out that quick, man. Yeah. So that was really good. That was really good. Yeah. And then Brad K, he has the sponsor's perfect dream. Yeah. The guy, the CEO from Discount Tire, called him up and said, "Hey, Brad, we want you to take that beautiful race car, our Discount Tire, and slam it into the tires because we need a killer commercial ad."
Yes. That would actually be a good one.
What a great ad. Yeah. Discount Tires.
These tires do more than just win races. To save lives. How about that?
I don't know, man. Pretty good observation.
Maybe.
It was a sponsor's dream, man, right?
So all right, Joey Logano wins the stage 1 under caution. And so that was Logano, Larson, Harvick, Blaney, and Newman in the top 5 there. So lap 53, red flag comes out. So repairs can be made to the tire barrier.
The tire barrier.
Of all things. And then, some of the drivers stayed out. Larson, Harvick, Blaney. So lap 55, the bubble drivers were now Boyer, Suarez, Newman, and Johnson still, whatever. So lap 57, Harvick takes the lead. And probably not much looking back from there. But lap 88, Kyle Busch comes down pit road after an engine failure. How about the engine failure? That's pretty big. I mean, he's already in the playoffs.
Yes,
he's already
launched it.
Got an extra 25 points, I think, for winning the championship for the regular season. So he's pretty solid.
Melt in your mouth, not in your hand. He's melting some M&Ms.
Melted one down.
Hazelnut M&Ms, though. Hazel M&Ms.
I haven't had those.
Those were the new ones.
Sounds good.
It's a good-looking car.
I'm going to have to get those.
Yeah.
I'm sure Janice probably got some.
Yeah, I'm sure she does.
So Kevin Harvick wins stage 2 as it ends under caution. So it was Harvick, Larson, Blaney, Logano, and Boyer in that stage. So the caution out for Jimmy Johnson's wreck. Following the crash, Jimmy Johnson fails to make playoffs for the first time in his career.
Ooh.
And I believe I'm thinking it was 17 years that he made it in a row. Because somebody else said 15, but I'm pretty sure.
Records are made to be broken.
Yes.
And now you can start a new one.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if anybody else has done it. I mean, that's pretty significant. It's very.
Won 5 champions in a row.
Yeah. Following the crash, he made it. So Kyle Larson hits the wall hard on lap 128. And then after pitting shortly before the caution, Harvick will be the race leader again. So last page of this, there's 20 laps to go. Here's how the top 10 looks for right now with 20 to go. It's Harvick, Logano, Watts, Blaney, and Hamlin. So on lap 157, with 3 laps to go, Harvick has the lead. Focus the playoff bubble. Newman is 8th. Suarez is now 11th. So Suarez was just about.
Yeah, 2 cars. He was 2 spots. Yeah. 2 spots for him,
yeah. He was down 4 points. 2 laps to go. Suarez down 4 points on Newman.
How about the 3 car let him go by?
He what?
The 3 car let him go by.
Yeah, that was nice.
Yes.
So Kevin Harvick wins the Brickyard at Indian Motor Speedway. And then Clint Boyer and Ryan Newman claimed the final 2 spots in the NASCAR playoffs.
Yep.
Daniel Suarez missed it by 4 points.
4 points. He said that wasn't amazing.
That wasn't amazing.
That was not amazing.
If you were going to say that.
No, I got to tell somebody. I wonder what happened to Eris' sponsor. Remember?
Oh yeah,
that was his.
That was
his money, and all of a sudden,
that was
for some reason they didn't show up on the SHR. Have you noticed that? I was thinking about that. I mean, it's all about the Benjamins.
It is.
That's for sure. We got any questions here? I saw Rachel said something about what do I think about the angle. That's right, man. It's really tough, Rachel, with those angles on those racetracks and how they bring them in there. I mean, think of all the angles that you're going to see at Bank of America Roval race here in Charlotte coming up. But it's tough to cover every angle. It's really, really tough.
Rachel made a comment about the hurricane. We were talking about that, and that thing just sat there over the Bahamas. It was like category. There was hurricanes, tornadoes.
It was Cat 5.
Cat 5, just sitting there spinning. All right, so that corner is terrible, and they're looking at fixing it next year. Steve Baker says it is on the road course portion, and some of the Indy drivers have complained about it too. Hey, so while we got Steve Baker on here, thanks for all the laughs during my Drive at 5 show. I'm telling you what, I'm sitting here and I'm laughing, and the other guys sometimes they wasn't here today, but I'll just be laughing at Steve Baker's just constantly commenting.
Give it to him, Steve.
He picks up on everything too.
That's right. Steve, I can't watch it all the time, but
it's kind of like Terry Quinn's watching, and then she's giving information about different things.
There you go.
And then he's doing these funny things on the side, so it makes it more entertaining for me.
There you go.
On the show. And I know Rachel was tuning in today, and Tom Robinson.
There you go.
Yeah, so that was a good time. And then let's see. All right, so the Monster Energy playoff field is now. Let's see. Before we say after, so Kyle Busch leads, of course. Joey Logano.
15-point advantage.
Yeah. So I was trying to figure out what is after the reset. All right, so anyway, Brian Newman ended up making it, and we got Clint Boyer in the top 16. So that's the 7 Fords in the final playoff, and then 5 Chevys and 4 Toyotas. So it looks like Kyle Busch, Joey Logano, Kevin Harvick, Denny Hamlin, Martin Truex, Brad Keselowski, Chase Elliott, Ryan Blaney, Kurt Busch, Kyle Larson, William Byron, Alex Bowman, Eric Almirola, Eric Jones, Clint Boyer, Brian Newman. There we go.
There we go.
So that's a good solid top 16 right there.
Good thing.
Yep. And then so we got some cold beer and warm beer. Did you write
cold beer? Yeah,
I got something else you wanted to talk about on the beard thing.
On the beard thing?
Oh no, I'm sorry.
My beard?
No, I was saying beer, but
beer thing, yeah.
Slipped out, so.
No, I actually got something that does with beer. I have a new segment you need to try out.
There you go.
Right?
Yeah.
I heard somebody, was it Danielle talking about it today? You need to have a new segment of drinking word of the day.
Drinking word of the day.
Yes. Every time you're listening to the race or you're watching the race, drinking word of the day. If they say green flag or checker flag, So my drinking word of the day last week was yard of bricks. Every time they said the word yard of bricks, you got to do a shot, right? Or a drink or a beer.
That's good.
Or some of your iced tea. So
yeah.
So what's going to be our new thing during the race? Try to figure out the new drinking word. If you want to chime in on what you think that the drinking word of the day was on Sunday at the Brickyard. Mine was the yard of bricks.
And if you really want to get drunk and you're not getting enough alcohol, and you can say Kyle Busch.
Kyle Busch. That could be a good drinking word of the day.
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah. I don't know. Did anybody chime in yet?
Especially whenever DW was commentating on it. Yeah, what do y'all think? What could be a good drinking word of the day?
If Paul wanted me to stop for some beer, dude, I couldn't stop, dude. I was throttled down, bro. I was down. Took me 2 days to get to Palm Beach and 2 days to get back to Daytona. Well, you got to remember, I'm from Stewart, so I got a lot of friends down there, a lot of contacts. I got friends in Palm Beach. I got a lot of good stuff. But I'm sorry I didn't get up with you, okay? But one of these days we'll have to have about 29 cold beers and
there you
watch
go.
the race.
Next time
we'll play drinking word of the day.
Yeah, next time when they come up.
There you go.
That's what we need to do.
Yeah,
get together.
That's right.
So, how about a cold beer, warm beer segment?
My cold beer, warm beer. My warm beer. You go first.
That's okay. I'll go. I got obviously Kevin Harvick.
Of course.
So he started the season in a winless slump after winning in Atlanta in the second race of the 2018 season. Then he proceeded to win the next 2 races.
Of course.
Giving him a total of 8 trips to victory lane. Harvick didn't win his first race of 2019 until Loudon, which is in the 20th of the race season. He came on when it counted by getting in to win locking the playoffs, then went on to win Michigan and now Indianapolis. Well, he is known as the closer.
He's won 3 of the last 7.
Yeah.
He's got Big Mo on his side.
Yeah.
And it was all about clean air, though. Mm-hmm. When Brian Blaney got out in front, man, he was gone. Joey got out front. It was all about clean air, really. They all tell you about that. But there was still some good side-by-side racing.
Yeah, so Harvick's the only Stewart horse driver to win in 2019.
So that's the only cold beer you got?
No, I got it here. Where last year each driver won. Harvick with 8, Clint Boyer with 2, Eric Almirola and Kurt Busch. So everyone was puzzled that they wouldn't win. The other one is Bubba Wallace. Obviously, he finished 3rd.
Yeah, so good.
He now has his 2 career top 5s as he finished 2nd at Daytona in 2018. So
Bubba Wallace, you got to give him a shout out. Finishing 3rd. He was
pedaling
his heart out, and you almost thought like it didn't look right how he kept up out there. So they must have found something over there at Richard Petty Motorsports.
They must have.
They
had a fast car pretty much all day.
And so you got to give them credit over there.
Yeah.
It's about time.
Well, and then Clint Boyer now he's actually stepped it up and had a good finish, because he's had so many good runs, and then he just didn't seal the deal. He didn't finish out the race. So he had top 10 finishes in 3 of the last regular season races. So
my other cold beer goes out to Justin Alligator. Little gator. Finished second in the Xfinity race on Saturday, but let me tell you something. That kid's been trying all year long, trying to win a race, man. And he drove his heart out. Won the 20 and what was it, the 2, crashed going into 2, turn 2. That was some good racing on Saturday, man. I mean, I'm gonna tell you, everybody was just holding it wide open going into the corner, and that's what everybody wanted to see, you know. And those, especially those Xfinity cars with the carbon fibers, they get dented up and they just push it out. But Justin really deserves a cold beer, and hopefully he does well.
Yeah, that's cool. And the other one's Ryan Newman, who finished 8th, gaining him the final spot in the playoffs. And I had predicted him early on that he was going to do well. I mean, obviously he's been
first year back at Roush. Good for him.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you know,
I wouldn't have said it. You know, before the season started, I was skeptical, but you know, he's showing some promise. So what do you got in? Yeah,
Statesville's old Ryan Newman.
Yeah.
Hey, how you doing, man? Okay, how you doing? How you doing? Okay, you'll see him around town. You go if anybody in town, you'll see Ryan Newman all the time. Every now and then, you'll see Junior in Mooresville, but you'll see Ryan Newman around here. You know, hey, man, how you doing? Yeah, I'm in the playoffs. You know what? You know what? Ryan Newman is going to get himself a nice Christmas bonus. You know it.
Oh yeah.
You know. I mean, you know, Jack Roush ought to be happy.
And he'll go and put it into his rescue ranch, take care of some more animals.
Yeah, good for Ryan Newman.
Yeah, Steve Baker says the LOL Alligator and Matt the burrito.
Yeah. Matty D had another good day.
We were standing.
Yeah.
He said, Steve's asking why were the stands so empty.
No word on Matty D yet. No, not yet.
And Brad asked how many winning engines did I build for Roush Yates?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Over 16 years. You know what? I have not added them up, but we used to do this thing where when we had a pole or a win, we would have flags on our windows. And I know I sort of we ended up getting rid of the flags and whatever. But the last time I counted, it was like 85 is what I would have had. So that's over, you know,
a lot.
Yeah, many years. So that would have filled up my whole window.
About how many beers we can drink on a weekend watching the race? 85.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. We need to try that. For every one, we're gonna have one beer for every race win from name it out. It'd be a good weekend.
Yeah. So I mean, that's one of those things. You know, I could say been there, done that, but I'm on to other things now. But I still want to keep in touch with the race fans, the race friends. Just
that's right.
And I still want to be a fan myself because I born and raised loving NASCAR. So
I think going back to Matty D here, at the end of the year, Matty D and Ross Chastain are going to be two of the hottest commodities. You know, both those guys. You know, I mean, I think Ganassi still has his forks in Chastain in case they get something on the Xfinity side. You know, but you know, they both have done and showed different team owners that you know they can get it done. And again, don't forget to give a shout out to Daniel Hemrick yesterday. That 8-car, man, young rookie, man. He was running up there pretty good. Okay.
Yeah.
So you got any warm beers?
And you got to think Cole Custer. I wonder what he's going to be up to. I mean, he can move up to the.
Yeah, Custer's going. You know that's going to happen
eventually, and then Ford might end up losing him for not having a good ride for him or something. You know. All right. So Jimmy Johnson. All right. Warm beers.
Warm beers.
Yep. So warm beer. My warm beers. Jimmy Johnson. He missed his first playoff.
Oh.
You know, in the Cups. It says 15. I think it was 17. But anyway, blames 25 bad races on his failure to make the playoffs. He has 18 finishes outside of the top 10 in the regular season. He won his last race at Dover in 2017. It hasn't had fewer than 20 bad races outside of the top 10 since 2015 when he had 14. But
you don't think
I don't know
because he shaved, do you?
Well, I know that's the thing. Is the old bearded Johnson was better.
Well, last week he shaved, went retro to look like Jimmy Johnson in the '90s. Last week, if you saw him in Darlington, he had that boyish looking face again. You know, so I don't know, man.
Yeah.
But that's just an observation from the beer man.
Rachel's telling me, will you help Yates for the Final Four, please?
Yes.
This will be the year without you.
Yes.
You and their Magic for Ford Championship. Yes. I know. I texted Doug Yates yesterday.
Yes.
And I just told him, you know, congratulations on the win, and make sure you tell the rest of my Roush Yates Engines family. I said good job and all that stuff. So he texted me back and he said, "We'll always be family." Yeah. He said, you know, thank you. We'll always be family. That's what he told me.
Then I'll remember to tell David to put the gaskets in.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, y'all, talking about fan numbers and attendance, man. Look at that product yesterday on the track was awesome. Okay, a lot of people want to see action and races and wrecks and bumping and having a great time. Drivers going for it. If that doesn't get those folks up there in Indianapolis to go see the race next year, why are they the world capital of the center of racing, or world capital of
world center of racing?
No, that's Daytona.
That's Daytona, yeah.
Yeah, but they got it. Just doesn't make sense, But did you see after the Xfinity race, they had a Florida Georgia line in the infield, and that looked like 4 or 5 Xfinity. So somehow these tracks are bringing people in as festivals with music, right? Georgia, Florida line.
Yeah, I was saying that early on in the season last year. We were talking about that.
They know how to bring them in, but they're just not putting them in the seats for the race and all that.
Yeah, they need to do more to cater to the fans. Another thing is to have some, make sure you have plenty of Wi-Fi and things, so that whenever the younger generation comes in, they will be able to say, look where I'm at, and they can send out there, and they can have. I mean, it is what it is. They can have more fun. They can share with their friends, and then their friends are like, "Hey, I need to go next time." If they're sitting there like, I can't send my picture out. I might sound petty, but hey.
All right, and that leads me to my warm beers.
What's your warm beer?
My 2 warm beers go out to NASCAR because they couldn't pick up that debris at the end of the second segment and let Jimmy Johnson try to go some more racing. They ran under caution for 4 laps and then through for the end of the station. That was lame.
Yeah, that gets a warm beer. I saw somebody else complaining.
That was lame, guys, man. I mean, here you are, Brickyard. You couldn't get a truck out there, and they never did show. I don't even know. I was on the driving and watching.
Somebody else, one of the drivers was complaining about
4 laps. Okay,
well,
my phone lit up, man. All my friends, they were so mad. So like this thing.
There's no excuse for that.
No excuse. Okay, my warm beer goes to NASCAR on that one.
Yeah,
and my second warm beer goes to just exactly what we're talking about. I watched the Xfinity race, and I watched Justin Allgaier race his heart out. And Kyle Busch gets out, does his interview, doesn't even smile.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't even smile. And then he walked away, man. If I'm trying to get fans involved in the sport, and I'm watching the race, and I'm investing my time, and they're not going to smile, man, I don't know if Kyle Busch will ever be liked.
Yeah, Steve says he's a sore loser. That's
for sure. My God, guys. And he's one of my drivers, man.
I know. Yeah.
Dude,
Kid agrees.
I don't know if you watched that, but I was just let down. I had other things to do besides watch that race. If Kyle Busch wasn't going to be happy if he won at Indy, right?
Here's another thing. Whenever these drivers, whenever they have fans come up to them, they need to be nice, and they need to be, part of loving what you do is having a good attitude about what you're doing. And you can't, just like, I've had 2 people. Well, Tom Robinson went to Indianapolis this weekend. And he says
for the
he went up to Kevin Harvick, and same thing that my son dealt with last week at Darlington. Acting like you don't want to even speak. You know what I mean? It's like, don't do that. You're not better than anybody else. You're a driver, and the only reason you're there is because these fans are coming to see you race.
Victory Lane and Indy, man. I was just
but I mean, this is before the race.
Yeah,
I'm impressed with his performance.
Yes,
but his crew chief Rodney Childers is a super nice guy. I mean, I get it, their intensity and all that stuff. But hey, get off.
But anyways, that was my warm beer for NASCAR and Kyle Busch.
Yeah, I had another one, Daniel Suarez.
We're supposed to see him later on.
So. Daniel Suarez, but I mean, if I gave him a warm beer, it was kind of, he missed the playoff by 4 points, and then.
Yep.
So 8 cars taken out of the race. That's more than the last 4 races combined. All right, so another news going on throughout NASCAR. Ty Dillon may be out of a ride at Germain Racing and this may be where Daniel Hemrick is going if he loses his current ride in the Xfinity driver. And Tyler Reddick, word is that Ty may become a manager at RCR.
Probably, yeah,
most likely.
Yeah, might as well.
Ty Dillon denies rumors that he plans to retire and that he will race for many, many years.
Is Booty Barker still over there?
You know what? I don't. At the 13, last time I saw Booty,
I think he's gone. Janet, is he over there? She knows.
He was. I used to see him in the gym all the time, and then he just disappeared. So maybe.
Go.
Yeah,
it's hard. This NASCAR life circus, chasing around, port to port, it's hard.
So Monster Energy is considering renewing their sponsorship.
Ooh.
Oh, and the #1 Chip Ganassi car currently.
Oh.
Not for the series.
Not for the series. Yeah, they reported they're not going to be.
Fake news. They're not. Being driven by Kurt Busch is doubting the dollars going from $5 million to $10 million, and doubling the dollars. I'm sorry.
To Ganassi?
Yeah, $5 to $10 million. That's all they're putting down.
They've been tight with their money,
I guess.
So that means Kurt's staying for next year.
Most likely. Yeah,
well,
I haven't heard anywhere. I have not heard any rumors of him leaving. So,
hey there.
Shannon.
We have fans out there.
Yeah, she's with the city.
But here we are getting close to the end of the season, and this is nobody's making any announcements on those big sponsorship levels that are coming down the road here. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
There's supposed to be 3 or 4 major sponsors.
Yeah.
And different tiered. I guess it's calling it the tiered level sponsors. So there won't be the Monster Energy Cup Series anymore. It'll be the NASCAR Cup Series sponsored by. Blah, 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 blah.
And I wonder why they don't do like some of the most of the NASCAR teams, they'll change up the sponsor halfway through the season or whatever. Like you got Miller Lite, and sometimes you have
because they're not paying the whole
discount tire.
Boat. They're the whole boat.
Well, that's what I mean.
It used
like
to be $24-25 million a year.
Yeah.
Jack Roush is the one that started that when they started swapping out, the different half this and half that. And now it's common, and I don't like that because you got your driver, you got your colors, man. Humpy Wheeler, good friend of mine, Humpy Wheeler, said years ago, you got to stay with the same colors, man. It's kind of like college football or, your team, your baseball or hockey or, pro football. You got your colors, right?
Yeah.
And then you know which car out there it is.
That's kind of what NASCAR lacks, a little bit of the marketing geniusness.
There's a lot of smart minds smarter than you and me out there, bro, but you got to smile.
At some point, you got to have some common sense.
You got to smile.
Yeah. Sure.
Well, hopefully someday they'll be reading this, the NASCAR vault and those people
Steve
down
Baker.
in the big corporate room down in Daytona.
Steve Baker.
Hey, is that the Beer Man and David Hamm?
That's right.
That's right.
That's right. He says the Statesville cop's wondering why these crazy people are in a station at night. LOL. Now I was one of the lady who works for City of Statesville, the chamber and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, we have people walking by all the time out here, and we'll be in here broadcasting, and it's kind of cool. And we're actually going to be down and on a corner here where the clock tower is, and so we're moving the studio up there. So it's going to be really cool.
Oh, that's where they're going to move the studio?
Yeah. Yep.
Ooh.
Yeah, right up here on the square, right on the corner. So it's going to be really cool.
Look out, WSIC.
Yeah, we'll have traffic driving by, and we can just wait.
You're going to be on both corners. You're going to have it all coming around.
Yeah.
Man, yeah. Statesville's growing.
Yeah, that's right. Terry says, there you go, Hamm, going to marketing for NASCAR. I like marketing. That's one of my.
But the taxes must be really high here.
I would think so.
Yeah, I would think so.
Yeah. So
let's talk about Vegas.
Yeah.
Yeah, Vegas. We're headed to Vegas this week.
Well, let's see.
Anything else?
Yeah, I mean, the only thing I have here is some of the history in the Brickyard, like the closest Ricky Rudd, the closest finishes and things like that. But,
yeah, go ahead.
All right, the closest finishes in Brickyard history. One was in 1997, Ricky Rudd over Bobby Labonte.
Yeah,
by 0.183 seconds. Yeah, I was there. 2008, I wasn't there for that one, but I was building engines for Carl Edwards. So Jimmy Johnson over Carl Edwards by 0.322 seconds.
Yeah, I know that one.
And then 2015, Kyle Busch over Joey Logano by 0.332.
Yeah.
Dale Earnhardt over Rusty Wallace in 1995. Yeah. That would have been the second year they run.
Second one. Yeah.
And
the first man to win.
Dale
Earnhardt was the first man to win the Brickyard 400. Did you know that?
The first
man to win the Brickyard 400. Come on, you get it? That's what he said.
Okay.
I'm proud to be the first man to win the Brickyard 400 when he got out of the car.
Yeah, Dale Earnhardt.
That's a good. If you see that rivalry show on TV, it's a good one.
Jimmy Johnson over Mark Martin by 0.400 seconds at 2009.
That was a crazy race. That was the one that only lasted every 10 laps, right? The tires were coming apart.
Yeah, I was building for Mark Martin, I believe that year.
Yeah.
And Eric Jones has officially signed a 1-year contract with Joe Gibbs Racing to remain for 2020.
Just the 1 year.
Yeah, and we were talking about Kurt. So he spoke of making his final year in the Cup Series but has been actively talking contract renewal with CGR, which is typical.
So he wants part of that $10 million.
Yeah, I'd say so. And it is being said that Christopher Bell in the 95 for the next year at Levine Family Racing.
Yep, Christopher Bell.
Yeah, so we'll move on to Las Vegas Motor Speedway, which will be September 15th, 2009.
Otherwise known as Lost Wages.
Lost Wages, yeah. That's the South Point 400.
Yeah, baby. Old Brendan Gaughan's daddy. Forking up the Benjamins, baby. Brendan's a cool dude, man. How about that, man? Your dad sponsoring the race?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, how about that? And then you should have a better chance of winning.
Yeah, I don't think he's even won the race.
You know, Tom Robinson went out Indy. I was talking about it earlier, and he met Brad Keselowski and one of the guys on the crew, and he said they were like super nice. You know, super nice to him. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Good go, really good, Tom. That's good to hear, man.
Yeah, it sure is.
He signed autographs and stuff.
Yeah, he sent me some pictures of him. Him and his
he's been going out and doing that infield ambush like we used to do with Sterling. We started that years ago with Coors Light and T-shirts and banners, and we'd go out at night, man. What difference is we didn't have these things, man.
Oh yeah, wouldn't it be something back then?
Oh my goodness,
if you could go.
It's almost a good thing we didn't have these things.
Yeah.
All right, keep going.
So this South Point 400 race used to be the New Hampshire Fall race at this time. It is the first race of the Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series playoffs, replacing Chicagoland. The South Point sponsorship is by South Point Hotel, Casino, and Spa, owned by semi-retired NASCAR driver Brendan Gaughan's dad and Las Vegas Motor Speedway partner Michael Gaughan. There you go. And in 2020, this race was held as the first race of the round 12. Last year's winner was Brad Keselowski. Rachel, did you hear that?
Brad K.
All right, the Brickyard winner has gone on to win the championship 9 of 23 between 1994 and 2016.
So not quite half.
So I bet Tom's probably a Brad K bigger fan right now.
I think usually it's the person who wins the Brickyard that goes on to win the championship. That's another better.
Yeah.
So
that's easier to say.
Look out, Harvard.
The Brickyard winner has gone on to win the championship 9 of 23. But what's that?
9 of 23.
Yeah, I think last year though Brad Keselowski won it, right? But his teammate won the championship. So this was Kevin Harvick's 30th career pole. So one more note: Indianapolis Motor Speedway president Doug Bowles sat down with Brad Keselowski to talk about the area of the track where Brad hit the tire barrier. Mr. Bowles explained to Brad that it's an opening for the road course and also a crossover for trucks. They discussed Brad's ideas to make it a spot safer, and a plan to take a look at it. I guarantee you by the next time we get down there, we're up there.
Oh yeah,
it'll be taken care of.
Oh yeah.
No doubt about that, for sure. All right.
Anything else on Vegas?
That's all I had on Vegas.
I still have Beerman's favorite bar of the week.
Oh yeah, what would you do if you were gonna be in Vegas?
Beerman spent a lot of time in Vegas.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember when I first started going, they had the Coors convention out there. So I was stuck out there for like 2 weeks. Could you imagine living at the Rio for 2 weeks? It's fun.
I could imagine.
It's fun for the first 2 or 3 days.
Yeah.
But dude, 2 weeks.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
Did you go through some money there?
Oh, I went through the money at this one bar, yeah.
Your per diem wasn't quite enough to cover that.
I couldn't even cover as much.
I had per diem in one night.
Yeah, I went through my per diem. But the Beerman's bar of the week in Las Vegas is the Olympic Garden. It's kind of like the Olive Garden, but just stay away from the back room. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
They got some Parmesan cheese back here.
So I want to ask you about your, this is off the subject of NASCAR, unless you got something else NASCAR related, but I was going to let you tell a little bit of your story about your boat trip.
Yeah.
If you want to.
Wait, hold on. And the other my other Vegas memory was that was one of the races we won with Sterling Marlin.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And so that was one of my favorites.
Yeah. So, I should have stuck around.
It was a good time, man. It was real cold that day, and we won that race, and I two-canned him. I put 2 tall boys on top of Sterling's head there. That was a great time, man. And, it was really good. And another place is Mount Charleston. If you go out north of Vegas and you go up, I don't know if Tom Robinson's or Rachel or Terry or all of them are going to go. But you go north of town, you go up to Mount Charleston. That's where you get up real high, and you can see over there where they used to do all the nuclear testing, and it's God's country up there. It's really beautiful out there.
Yeah,
but that's it.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
cool.
Good stuff.
We went boating. The boats in Daytona, and we didn't know what to do. The hurricane was gonna. We knew it was gonna make a bend coming over to the Bahamas. We've been keeping in contact with you, and so I was either gonna go north up to Jacksonville and then come down to St. John's and stash.
So let me set the stage here. Scott had his boat in what harbor? What
Daytona.
Dock? In Daytona. His boat sitting there. The hurricane's headed west, right towards the boat. So Scott's over there, and he's like, "All right, I got to do something. I can't just leave my boat, and it's going to get, destroyed."
Well, I ordered a trailer, and I couldn't pull it out, and they wanted $2,000 to pull it out. I still couldn't even get on the list.
Yeah. So then you went and got in the boat and said, "You're just going to head south."
Head south, but below that eye, I'm sure Paul Rodriguez knows that thing was headed towards West Palm, and that's, Stewart, West Palm, it was about ready to bend. And once I got down to Palm Beach there, I was like, okay, I'm good. I was on the south side of the eye, and then it turned that night. But spent 2 nights in Jack Nicklaus's backyard. That was real nice, a little choppy and wavy, and the boat swinging. And we had probably, 40 to 50 knot winds. It was blowing pretty good, a lot of the coconuts.
Yeah.
But then after I was the last boat to leave Daytona, going down the intercoastal, and I was probably one of the first boats to head back up. But the most amazing thing about the trip was going through like Palm Beach Gardens and all that, where it's real ritzy, and it was all evacuated. And as I drove through there was nobody. It was like an apocalypse went off, right?
Yeah.
And all of a sudden I appear, and I only saw like 2 people under the bridge fishing. Strangest feeling to drive around where in Palm Beach, where you think there'd be people everywhere, and there's nobody.
Yeah.
And so once we just buried in there, set the hook, and stayed on the hook all night for, four nights, I think I was on the boat. So it took me a couple of days to, get the rocking and go down and everything.
Yeah.
But I got pretty good sea legs now. But the hurricane really damaged the Avocos. That's where we spent the beginning of the spring over there for a couple of weeks in the boat. And a lot of our favorite islands are really destroyed. And, But right now, there's a whole lot of relief coming. The body toll, the death toll is going to rise. We know that for sure. But everybody's trying to help and do as much as they can. And it's a tough thing. But that hurricane didn't turn there. If it went over to Palm Beach, Stewart, up the coast, man, it would have been really more devastating.
Oh yeah,
so in a way, we're still pretty lucky, and we got to keep our eye out because we got a couple more weeks to go. So.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. How those islands down there, there's just everything's just like made out of wood, and it's just you're sitting there in the hurricane tornado like winds just blowing, and it's just sitting there churning and churning for hours, day, for a full day.
It's a big tornado, is really what it is.
Yeah. Right.
And the scenes, you've seen it on the internet. Everybody's up in their attics, or their attics are blowing off. And, good friends of mine, they have condos over there. Their condos completely, all the roof's gone and all. It's just a completely disaster. So they've got to basically, start all over. If it's concrete, they can put some roofing, but if it's all wood structure, they need to find a couple of those islands and just start having some big bonfires.
Well, that's what I was wondering. Why couldn't they just make everything out of concrete from now on?
Well,
I know it's more expensive, but man, you think the government, somebody would step up? I mean, their government, of course.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of private companies stepping it up.
Yeah.
Because the economy's doing good, and you've got Carnival and a lot of private companies that are just coming up out of the hands. I mean, they're giving away generators and water.
Yeah, I saw that.
And all that.
Was it Carnival?
Old Bahama Bay and West End there, where you check in coming from Palm Beach or Stewart. That's the closest to the Bahamas you can get. And the boats were lined up. I don't know, I posted something on my Facebook page today, just showing some of the boats coming over there. And you're coming from Palm Beach, it's only like 55, 60 miles. So you can really cover that in no time, an hour or so, and you're there, and boats have been going back and forth, back and forth. The Bahamian government has finally got involved, so it's getting better.
Let's see. Tom Robinson says, "Beer man, most everyone was drinking Coors Light or Miller Light yesterday. A few Bud Lights."
Yay!
There you go. And then Marcelo's joined in with us, Marcelo Andre, and he says all SHR drivers are going to stay, and Custer will be driving the 32 in association with Stewart Haas Racing. Okay.
The 32.
The 32.
Go Fast Racing?
Yeah, I believe that's it.
Really?
So, and then I guess they're going to be joined up with SHR in a way. So, I mean, that'll be good. At least they're keeping him with the camp, so to speak. With the so and Tom says so Corey LaJoy is out. I mean, I guess that's pretty much what that means. So yeah, Steve says LOL. Yeah, he's adamant about that Coors. Try to buy him a beer, and he said nope. I'll go to the car. LOL.
Yeah, bro. I mean, I hate the company, but I love the beer still.
There you go.
I remember they actually had the advertising. I was listening to the race a lot on the radio yesterday on Indianapolis Motor Speedway, and sponsored by Miller Coors. And I was like, Miller Coors. It just
it don't sound right. Not at all.
No, but I like them big tall ones, with the screw off tops, man. Those little ones, I have a hard time down in the boat keeping them full. They got big holes in them.
Oh, the screw off.
I like the screw
they do,
off.
Don't they?
They last a little longer.
Yeah. All right.
Other than that, we got it covered.
Very good.
I did see our buddy Presley Barker is going to be picking on 98.1 this evening.
Oh, yeah.
About
98.1. Yeah, I've listened to that station.
Good little bluegrass station. So
all right.
Get rid of us, go turn on 98. That's I think it's called Classic Country. 98.1.
Yeah, they play some good stuff up there too.
WBRF out of Galax.
Yep, little Presley Barker. I guess he'd be 15 now.
Yeah, little buddy Presley. He is a picker.
Yeah, he's just. We've had him in here 3 times, I believe now.
Did you bring a harmonica?
You know what? I did not bring. Oh, well, it's in my bag somewhere. It's in my bag over that way. But I went out and played with Stephen Winger this weekend. That was a good time. Yeah, I've played with him, Josh Perryman. I played with Josh, and I played with Dennis Branson.
I think you're going to inspire me to learn, bro.
And yeah. Are we trying to take my spot now?
I don't know, man. I want to learn how to play while I'm playing my guitar. You see?
Yeah. There you go. But tomorrow night we're going to have a band. We're actually going to have a band in here from 4 to 6 tomorrow, which is unusual. It's going to be on a Tuesday, so it's going to be Buffalo Gospel is the name of the band. So we'll be doing that tomorrow night instead of Thursday, because Thursday night we got a guest bartending over at Delaney's. So we're for our Hunks and Heels thing we got coming up. So
on Thursday night in Vegas, don't forget they're going to have the Vegas burnout contest like they usually do. They take those show cars and just destroy them.
Yeah.
So that's always a good thing.
Oh, did I tell you we had a Chillbillies demolition derby car? In the derby out at the county fair Saturday night.
Right.
Yeah. So we're getting around, I guess you could say.
All right.
And so check us out. Check me out on Instagram and Twitter. It's still the same DHamIam, just like it is right here on YouTube. And don't forget to click like on this video if you haven't already. And maybe even once you're done watching, go back on and make a comment. Tell us what you like about the video, any ideas, any questions. And well, the demolition derby car didn't do so well. He had some mechanical issues. Apparently, he had taken the transmission pan off and it tore the gasket. So then, when he put it back on, he said it was losing transmission fluid as quick as.
Because he forgot the gasket.
As quick as there you go with the gasket there. Yeah. So that didn't work out so well.
You got to put the gasket on there.
But yeah, that's it. All right. But anyway, we'll plan to see y'all again next Monday after the race coming up in Vegas next weekend. And then we'll make sure you tune in. Maybe Beer Man will be around again.
Yeah, I hope to still be around Monday. I think the city council meeting in Statesville is going to be next Monday.
Oh, yeah.
So I may not be able to make it. I don't know what time that whole goes on down there.
Yeah.
But I might have to report from the city
Transmission
council.
101. That's right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right. Well, good deal.
Well, we'll see.
All right. Well, thanks, everybody, for tuning in. And we will see y'all next time. Have a great rest of the week.
Love you, man.
Love you, man.
Hugs and kisses.
Good day, mates.
That's it.
That's a wrap.